There's no greater asset worth defending than you and your dependents' health. And with growing concerns regarding access to affordable, quality healthcare, taking the necessary steps to secure your health and well-being well into the future is a top priority. So, what is the Regular Force Medical Continuation Fund? As the name suggests, the Regular Force Medical Continuation Fund was established by a Defence Act to ensure the continued medical, dental, and hospital treatment of its members and their legally registered dependents through the South African Military Health Service. This is carried out through an external administrator that keeps and updates members' records, processes invoices for payment, and handles inquiries from all stakeholders. The RMCF is administered in terms of the Defence Act No. 42 of 2002 as amended and the General Regulations Chapter 15, Part 4 of the SANDF. So you might be asking yourself, how was the fund funded? Well, the fund receives monthly contributions from its serving members in the regular force, which is its main source of income. Think of it as pre-funding to cover the administrative and health costs of its beneficiaries. Other income includes contributions from beneficiaries under the age of 60, as well as whatever interest is earned from the investments of the fund. So, how is the fund structured? The fund exists as a corporate body and is controlled by a management board appointed in terms of the Defence Act 44 and the General Regulations under the chairpersonship of the Surgeon General. The principal officer of the board is the manager of the fund, and together with the employees employed by the administrator are involved in the day-to-day management and administration of the fund. So, what is the difference between our fund and a registered medical scheme? A medical scheme provides financial cover for medical expenses for members who pay a monthly premium for this cover. These premiums are paid to the medical schemes and are pooled and safeguarded. Medical aids cover members' healthcare costs according to the rules of the medical scheme and the member's chosen medical option from this pool of funds. Members pay monthly for defined healthcare benefits. Now, members of the fund get free medical care while in active service via the South African Military Health Service and pay a monthly contribution to the fund till the age of 60. The members' contributed funds will then be available for medical healthcare expenses from the age of 60 onwards. See, it's almost the same as a pension fund for healthcare, where you contribute monthly until you retire, then enjoy the benefits of continued healthcare after you retire. Now, a member may opt to join a medical scheme, which will be far more costly than to be a member of the RMCF. Alright, now what do our healthcare benefits include? A member and his or her legally registered dependents who have been admitted to and are beneficiaries of the fund will be entitled to benefits. Please note that all services must be obtained from the South African Military Health Service, and only if the SAMS is unable to provide a service will it be outsourced with an authority, either to a public hospital or to private service providers. Expenditure that will be covered by the fund includes the following: healthcare treatment by medical and dental practitioners and specialists, the provision of necessary medicines and dressings, hospitalization and traveling costs limited to the cost of economic public transport tickets for consultations and hospitalization in tertiary health institutions for medical reasons. Okay, so how has the fund been performing in the past years? During the past 5 years, medical claims have increased substantially. This has been due to outsourcing of services by the SAMS, and this has led to expenditure being far higher than income and the fund running at a loss. Further to this, medical inflation has been increasing, and this has also contributed to the higher cost of medical claims. The claims ratio is a test that shows how positive or negative the fund is performing, and so the claims ratio of the fund has been increasing, which is bad. Now, due to a turnaround strategy, improved management and administration, and along with the increased contributions, the fund has managed to reduce the claims ratio, which is positive for the fund, from 264.7% in 2017 to 131.9% in 2018, down to 70.9% in 2019. This is fantastic news. But how does the fund determine its annual contribution increases? Well, the fund has actuaries who determine members' contribution increases. Actuaries do mathematical and financial modeling and work on risk and return. They calculate risk based on the number of members, number of beneficiaries claiming, and the cost of claims, etc. They also look at the long-term sustainability of the fund and thus calculate increases accordingly. It's important for the fund's sustainability that annual increases are done timely and with the correct percentage increase to cover these increasing expenses. Otherwise, there'll be no funds available to pay for medical expenses required by its members. It must be noted that all costs and expenses to the fund are increased annually, and therefore annual contribution increases must happen. Ladies and gentlemen, the continued healthcare of our members is a collective effort, and together, through our regular contributions to the Regular Force Medical Continuation Fund, we brave the future.